Hey everyone, Black Bear here, day 73 on my Appalachian Trail adventure. I'm getting really excited to go back to the trail after my newfound vigor after talking with hikers about how to manage some of the issues I'm having. And again, this is all new to me. I didn't have any of these issues on my first 2 through hikes, so it's fun learning and adapting and keep getting out there and trying to instill newfound confidence in me after having some discouraging time on the trail. So what I want to talk about today is managing body heat while backpacking. While I was excited to get back on the trail and I can't get there till Saturday, like I said yesterday, I got to wait for my husband to be able to take me back, and he's working during the week, so I have to wait for the weekend. Someone's got to pay for this adventure. Glad it's not me. So when I was looking at the weather, looking out, the days are supposed to be nice, but my first day back out is supposed to be 32 degrees at night with possible rain, so that up in the mountains, that's probably going to mean snow and ice. And actually in the forecast it said frost. And one thing I have learned on this hike is that anything below 40 degrees, I just can't be out there. I'm having a really difficult time managing my body heat and keeping warm. Didn't really have that issue before. I did one time in 2015. I did get hyperthermia, or at least the beginnings of it. I didn't recognize it, but hiking friends did. So that's kind of in the back of my mind. I don't want that to happen again, and knowing that I tend to get really cold quickly, then I'm very hypersensitive and hyper aware of that and kind of scared. So today I want to talk about managing body heat. Even though I'm struggling with it this time, I do have some knowledge on how to do it, even though I'm still working through it and trying to figure out what's working for me. And I'm not going to rewrite the wheel. There's a lot of articles on the internet on how to stay warm and safe while backpacking in cold weather, and I'm going to mention 2 of those that you can go check out later at the end of my little talk this morning. But I'm going to just mention some things that do work for me, and then I'll list those articles at the end. And one is, just to start off with, it's a saying in the hiking community, to be bold and start cold, which means when you start off your hike and it's a cold day, don't start with all your layers on. Start as cold as you can with as few layers as possible, because as soon as you start hiking, you're going to warm up. I do have a difficult time with this. I'm getting really good at it though. I don't like to get out of the vehicle and be cold, but I've learned that I'm just going to start sweating 5 minutes in, so I might as well just start with as few layers as I can. And that takes less time from taking off your pack and delayering and putting your things away. So I usually try to start with the least amount of layers possible for the temperature for that day. And then if you do have to start with layers, make sure I find that I have to delayer before it's too late. So when I start to feel myself, I think I'm going to be on the verge of sweating, or once I do start to perspire a little bit, start to delayer. You want to delayer before you get too wet, because wet, rain and cold, and add wind to that, and that can be for very dangerous situations. So make sure you delayer, or at least I delayer before it's too late. And then on the flip side of that, when you stop hiking after you've been delayered, make sure you layer back up before it's too late. You don't want to get cold and then try to warm up from that. So if you're stopping for a break and it's windy and chilly out, make sure you throw an extra layer on. I usually keep my raincoat handy for that. A moving body is a warm body, so if it's cool and you're around camp and setting up, try to mix up what you're doing. Do something where you're moving around to keep you warm. Mix that up with something where you have to do stationary, because when you're sitting still, you're going to be cold. So mix up your tasks at the end of the day. That's what I find I do. Say I've got to set my tent up. That doesn't require a whole lot of extra moving around. So I might throw a layer on to do that, because it's very minor moving with when I got to go collect my water for the day. So, and then come back and cooking. That's a sedentary activity. So I want to alternate my activities, moving activities with stationary activities to help keep me warm. When I'm hiking, seek out the sun. Even on cloudy days, sometimes the sun still might be shining through a little bit. If it's cold, I don't just pass through those sunny areas. I'll stop and just let the sun on my face to help warm me up. And sometimes I'll even unzip my jacket a little bit and let the sun in on my neck area to warm me up. And then on the hot days, I do just the opposite. When I take a break, I look for shade. All these things try to help regulate my temperature. And I'm finding, I just mentioned this morning, I seem to get hot every time I eat. So I said, maybe I can use that out on the trail. If I'm cold, maybe I need to eat more. That was the issue I was having. I wasn't eating enough to burn calories, but eating also, when digesting food, burns calories. So if I'm cold, I need to eat to help keep me warm. So maybe eat before I go to bed to help maybe burn some calories while I'm sleeping. Make sure you stay hydrated. When you're dehydrated, that can also make you cold. So you want to make sure you stay hydrated, but don't hydrate so much that you're getting out of your tent in the evening too many times, losing that warm air. So you want to make sure you're not drinking so much that you have to go pee several times at night. And the other thing that I like to use are the hand warmers. They have some that stay warm for about 10 hours. So I'll open those up in the evening before I go to bed, make sure my fingers are nice and warm, and then I'll tuck them in my pockets or in my sports bra while I'm sleeping, keep me warm, and then they're still warm in the morning when I have to do my pack up chores. So those things help keep me warm. I'm still struggling with staying super warm where I'm scared to sleep or go camping when it's below 40 degrees. But these are all tips that have helped me. Another thing I do is keep my rain jacket on. That even if my clothes are slightly wet, but yet I'm not cold, as long as I'm not cold, if my clothes are slightly wet from sweat, if I keep my rain jacket on and zipped up, usually it dries out while I'm doing my camp chores. But if I'm too wet, then I'll throw a dry layer on. It's real important to get out of your wet clothes before you cool down too much. These are just some simple little things that I do. There's many more that I do without thinking, but the two articles that I wanted to steer you towards that I found real helpful. One of them is called 21 Tips for Staying Warm While Backpacking, and I found that at northboundgear.com, and it was published August 26, 2025. Again, that's 21 Tips for Staying Warm While Backpacking by northboundgear.com. And I'll put a note on these at the end. And another one was an article that I found at hyperlightmountaingear.com by Abby Evans, and hers was titled Be Bold, Start Cold, My Tips for Staying Warm in Cold Weather Backpacking. And that was published October 2nd, 2024, and it was just updated April 15th of this year, 2026. So I know this is just a real quick issue on how to stay warm. It's something that I'm struggling with, but it's really good to revisit these tips before you do any cold weather backpacking. And I can't wait to get to the trail in a couple days to go test these out.